Hey guys, thanks for joining me here again in the forest. It's nice to see everybody, and I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season, and I wish you all a very, very happy new year. Only the best in the new year, my friends. Today we are going to be doing a little video here on the Husqvarna Hatchet. I want to preface my video today by saying that I brought my camera and I brought my tripod, but there is a little attachment that is supposed to attach my camera to the tripod that I forgot. So this is going to be, we're kind of limited in what we can film because of the angles. Right now I have a piece of paracord holding my camera onto the tripod with a Canadian jam knot, and it's working out okay. But if I tilt my camera up too far or back too far, it's prone to falling over. I've had to catch it a couple times when I tried it out. So I'm going to do what I can, guys. We're not going to make this a wasted trip. It's too hard for me to get into the forest anyway. So while we're here, we're going to work with what we have. If I have to do a whole nother video on the Husqvarna Hatchet, I don't mind at all. But let's talk about it a little bit and let's get to work here. The Husqvarna Hatchet is a 13-inch hatchet. Handmade in Sweden, hand-forged in Sweden, I'm sorry. The total weight is about 2.4 pounds. That's what I had read. I don't have a scale to weigh axes, but I read that it's about 2.4 pounds, and it feels about that. And the head weight itself is about 1.25 pounds. So it's a little bit heavier of a hatchet than you might be used to, but this thing is tremendous. The throw, you can see the throw, the head isn't way down here, so it's not too heavy, just a little bit heavy, but it's a pretty even throw. The grain, not a perfect grain, but not bad at all. The grain orientation, nice thick handle, just like with all my axes. A nice thick curved handle, by the way. What I do with all my axes is I sand them down and I apply a couple coats of boiled linseed oil to protect them. I never use it, but this one has a lanyard hole here. But if you used other type of axes, guys, you can appreciate the thick, strong handle of these Husqvarna axes. And then just to get a close look at the head, just a beautiful, beautiful axe. Very, very similar to my Husqvarna multi-purpose forest axe. Beautiful design. Can you see the hand forged in Sweden right there? Mine came out of the box sharp, guys. I had a lot of discussion after my last video on the multi-purpose axe about guys asking what condition they come in, because they had heard that some of the Husqvarna axes didn't come razor sharp out of the box. Well, this wasn't a razor out of the box. It did come in working condition. I just touched it up and we have what we have now. I have 2 Ranger bands underneath of here to protect from the overstriking, because I will overstrike and I want to save the handle as much as I can. So I have 2 Ranger bands there, one right on top of another. Did I mention it? About 13 inches overall. So kind of right in the middle. There's smaller hatchets, there's longer hatchets. And what we're going to do here, guys, is we're going to show as much work with this today as we can. As I stated, we're limited on our mobility with our camera, so I will show you what I can. As far as the sheath, this came with an axe mask that wasn't my favorite. So once again, from YAE on Amazon, I purchased this sheath right here. Just like the multi-purpose forest axe, it fits like a glove. Perfect. I love the color. I love the fit and finish of the sheath, and it's just perfect. Whenever I get any type of leather, right away what I do is I treat it with fix and wax, so it stands up against the weather here, because I'm always dealing with some type of weather here in the Northeast. A couple guys said they didn't get a good look at the wedging last time, so I wanted to show you the wedging, show you the handle and the grain orientation. Show you the pull. Now I've had this, I've shown this, it's made appearances in other videos of mine because I carry this often. I just never did a feature video on it. And that's what I was planning to do today when I realized that I forgot my attachment for my camera to the tripod. So we're going to do what we can, guys. Now that could come off right from there, but if I come from the other side with the same V, there we go. So it was kind of an easy time, being that it's dead standing pine. But I wanted to show you that the Husqvarna Hatchet can keep up with any of them. So my first cut comes in there. I might, depending on the wood, I might come up one higher to weaken the branch a little bit. But this one doesn't need it, so I'll flip it around, come in at the same angle from the other side, split it like that. Angle there, a little higher for good measure, and that one automatically split. Once I have it split like that, I split it down again. If I can, I split it down even further. So you get those smaller pieces. If I'm working with a little bit thicker of a piece to process it down, and then I have these smaller pieces that I'm working with. First shot at our angle. Now that was deep enough, so I'm not going to hit it again higher. What I am going to do is turn it around, hit it at the same angle. There we go. Once I get it here, I don't know how well this one's going to split. Process it down one more time. Same pattern I use every time, guys. Smaller one. There's our first hit. Second hit. Break it off. First hit. Second hit. A lot of this pine is weak and dead. So there's my first hit on it. It didn't go deep, So I'll come back and hit it one more time. Hit it on the other side. Something a little more challenging for us. Same pattern. There's our first hit. That's the V. And that cut in pretty deep. So I'm going to turn it and see where we stand. Done. There's your little pattern you get on it from the V. A lot of times with the dead stuff, guys, one hit will do it. A little bit fatter, so I'm going to go with two hands here, guys. First hit. Got it in two hits. A little bit fatter. Same premise. Not perfect every time, but that's what we get. That one cut in good. We're just going to turn it around. There we go. A couple smaller pieces, I just bring my axe down with it. This has got this knot pattern, as you can see, so let's get it right off of that. And we'll keep that. Slide it like that. Yep, I'm very satisfied with that edge. And if we want to test it out, this thing should shave for you. Not as precise as using a knife, guys, when you're doing feather sticks with an axe, but you can just feel how sharp it is when you're doing those feather sticks once it's nice and honed up for you. Okay guys, there's a little bit on the Husqvarna Hatchet. We talked about the specs. I kind of showed how I process wood. Regardless of the axe that I'm using, I wanted to show you the pattern that's always running through my head when I'm processing wood. When I'm getting things together, how I think about the wood that I'm going to need for the certain fire that we need, always depending on the purpose. always thinking about not depleting resources and using more resources than I need for a given time. Right now this is around 40 bucks on Amazon. I think the last time I checked it was right around $40. And I think this Husqvarna hatchet holds up to any of them, compares with any of the hatchets that I've ever used. I mean, when I was young I used hatchets a lot more than full-size axes. This is probably the best one I ever owned. I like the little bit of extra weight on it. This handle, as I showed when I cut down the branch of that pine tree, you can grab it with both hands, no problem at all. A little short up here, but if you can variate that the right way, if you could adjust to that the right way, you could use this in so many different ways. It's a very versatile tool, guys. So I thank you for joining me. I hope I was able to help and answer some questions on my axe care in the field. Gave you a good idea of what the Husqvarna hatchet can offer you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy New Year, and we will talk to you again down the road. Bye-bye, guys.